Myself is Divya Bahal, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. The subject that we are going to continue is petroleum refining and petrochemicals. So, as far as last lecture was concerned, we covered naphtha part, okay? Now, moving forward, next part after naphtha which we have to study is kerosene, okay? You can see the uses mainly as a aircraft fuel. See, the more pure form of kerosene, it is known as ATF, aviation turbine fuel. The composition, the fraction is same as kerosene. The only difference is that it is highly purified. Okay. So moving forward, what is kerosene? Okay, this fraction is mainly used as a fuel and illuminant. Okay, the boiling range is 150 to 250 degrees Celsius. So 150 here is your initial boiling point. Again, that we studied further also, that what is so continuing kerosene. Okay, petroleum, it is the petroleum fraction which is mainly used as a fuel and illuminant. The boiling point ranges 150 degrees Celsius to 250 degrees Celsius. See, here it is range, and range, to know about the boiling range, the important test which we do is ASTM distillation. It must be established now that the boiling range, if you want to know it, ASTM distillation is used. The purpose to do ASTM distillation is to know the characteristic of your fuel in different distillate fraction. Okay, for example, the 150 degrees Celsius, it is what? It is initial boiling point of your kerosene fraction, whereas 250 degrees Celsius is the final boiling point of your kerosene fraction. So at 150 degrees Celsius, okay, the composition of your kerosene would be high in more volatile component. So that way its characteristics like flash point, fire point, cloud point, pour point, okay, this would be covered now onwards, so you can know about it. So now some other properties are like it is low in viscosity, light in color and stable in nature. So you can see mostly in wigs, okay, the vendors, the vegetable vendors, okay, though they mostly use the lamps, and kerosene is used as a fuel in that. Now these are the certain tests and properties of kerosene. So what are those? Those are flash and fire point, smoke point, volatility test, sulfur content, aniline point. See, in exam generally definitions are asked, okay. These certain tests like flash and fire point, smoke point, these are only not for kerosene. They are general properties which you have to define. Okay, so moving forward with flash and fire point. What is flash point? Okay, so it is defined as the minimum temperature at which your flammable mixture of petroleum fraction will momentarily flash when an ignition source is introduced. Okay, in a very large volume of a room, if a small amount of your fuel has been spilled, and then it will vaporize. Now that is not forming a flammable mixture. But in a small volume of room or a container, if I am keeping an adequate amount of fuel in that, and then it vaporizes, now that is my flammable mixture. Okay, for combustion you need to have certain amount of air to be present. Okay, that was discussed earlier also. Your fuel will burn then and only if it is converted into vapors. Okay, so a flammable mixture, what is that? It is an adequate amount of presence of my fuel vapors in air which is having tendency to burn when an ignition source is there. So what is flash point? It is the minimum temperature at which that flammable mixture will burn when I am introducing an ignition source. Okay, like spark plug in gasoline engine, in combustion chamber, spark plug, what is that? It acts as an ignition source. So the significance of this test is to know the possible fire hazard during transportation, storage and handling. See, in summer the temperature that can range, okay, the temperature that can reach up to 48 degrees Celsius, okay, so that is very high temperature. So here I have to know about my handling also. So at 48 degrees Celsius I need to know if I can safely carry my fuel, comparing it with the ambient temperature of 48 degrees Celsius. If the flash point of my fuel is 40 degrees Celsius, it means, of course, if I am handling it at 48 degrees Celsius, my fuel mixture, okay, if I am carrying my fuel, suppose carrying my kerosene, and if it is present in vapor form, it will blast because the ambient temperature is 48 degrees Celsius, whereas the flash point is 40 degrees Celsius. See, you can see how it is prone to burning. So now talking about flash point test apparatus, how in laboratory you can know about the flash point. So there are two apparatus which is used to know about the flash point, that are Pensky-Martin apparatus and Abel's apparatus. Okay, so Pensky-Martin apparatus is used for less volatile fluids, whereas Abel's apparatus is used for high volatile fluids, okay, which has low boiling point. Low boiling point, that is less than 40 degrees Celsius. So let's see how it works. So this is a pictorial presentation of Pensky-Martin apparatus and Abel's apparatus. Okay. So you can see here in this arrangement, a ignition source is provided, okay, and the fourth number it is showing, it is the oil cup. So you're using the water bath, electrically heated water bath, you're increasing the temperature of your fuel sample. Vapors are produced. When an adequate amount of fuel vapors are mixed with air, then a flammable mixture is formed. Now as you're keeping your ignition source, okay, you're keeping your ignition source on, and when first flashes of fire appear, so you note down the corresponding temperature using the thermometer which is immersed in the fuel sample cup, and that temperature is the flash point. Okay, so this is how you carry out your flash point test. Now what is fire point? In the same apparatus, if your flashing continues for more than 5 seconds, okay, then that temperature is known as fire point. So note down the difference, okay. If the same flashing, if it continues for more than 5 seconds, you note down at time at which first flash appears. So that is your flash point. Now if that flashing, that flickering of flame, it continues for more than 5 seconds, then that corresponding temperature is your fire point. Okay, so you're continuing your heating of fuel vapor, and correspondingly your temperature is going to increase, right? So you note down the temperature at which your fire has been, it means more than 5 seconds your flashing takes place. So that temperature is your fire point. Now when it occurs after flash point by 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. So I can say that my fire point is plus 4 to 5 degrees Celsius of flash point. Okay, the range is, suppose if my flash point is 40 degrees Celsius, then my fire point would be 44 or 45 degrees Celsius. Now the flash point of kerosene is, it should not be more than 42 degrees Celsius, right? So you can see, if I have to, in a very summer day, okay, in a hot day, like about 40 degrees Celsius is there the temperature, and if I have to transport my kerosene, then I have to be so precautionary. Okay, here I cannot have a glitch of vapor leakage, right? Because already the temperature is 40 degrees Celsius and the flash point, the safety limit is less than 42 degrees Celsius. So I cannot take a risk. So adequate, safety precaution has to be done. The second test is, or second property is your smoke point. Now see, you will study further like fire point, flash point, cloud point, pour point. These all are related to temperature, whereas your smoke point, it is not related to temperature. So let's see the definition. It is defined as the maximum height of flame in millimeter at which the given oil, the given fuel sample will burn without smoke. Okay, so it is the maximum length of flame without smoke formation. Okay, you're taking into account the length of flame up until smoke has been formed. Now why smoke is formed? The major reason of smoke or soot formation, okay, the black carbon powder, that is soot. Okay, so that is because of aromatics. Higher the aromatics component is there, composition, higher is the smoke formation. So aromatics contribute the smoke. So we discussed the smoke point is maximum length of flame without smoke formation. So higher the smoke point means less is the aromatic content. So to increase the smoke point, you have to decrease the aromatic content. So I can say my smoke point is indication of aromatic content present in the fuel. Okay. In India, marketable kerosene has smoke point of 18 millimeter. So yes, as I told you, smoke point is an indication of composition of aromatic present in kerosene. So yeah, I can say my smoke point as, this is the empirical formula, 0.48 P plus 0.32 N plus 0.2 A, where your N, P, A, what are these? These are percent volume of paraffin, naphthenes, aromatics. Okay, so from smoke point I can know that the composition, the percent volume of aromatic present, right? Now how do you carry out? So this is the lab apparatus, how you do. Okay, in the stand your fuel is there and a wick is immersed in your fuel sample. Now when you're burning it, okay, the scale, a proper scale in millimeter is present over there. You are burning your flame and you are noting down in the scale, you are noting down the length of the flame till your smoke formation has not been there. So that will give you the smoke point. The next property is volatility, right? This was discussed earlier also, that ASTM distillation is used to know the boiling point range. As this was studied in gasoline section also, this test is used to determine the characteristics of different distillate cut. Okay, like talking about example is given, 10% distillate cut. Okay, it will have low flash point. 10% distillate cut means the starting. Okay, when I'm carrying out my ASTM distillation test, the starting portion, okay, the starting distillate which I will get, it would be of course high in low boiling components. Okay, it would be rich in high volatile components, right? So that will have of course low flash point. Low flash point means it is easily able to ignite. Of course it is very highly volatile component, hence it will has low flash point. So see, I will know about the ignition quality. This will show me the ease of ignition. Okay, now for easy ignition, okay, for my fuel to be easily ignitable, it should have low flash point. So here I am going to know about the ignition quality. So that way ASTM distillation, it helps you know about the volatility of different fractions, right? For example, it was shown 10% distillate cut. Similarly, 90% distillate cut. 90% means the end products which we are getting from the distillation, right? Of course, it would be rich in less volatile components. Boiling point will be high, right? So that would be the characteristic of that cut, that it is not easily volatile. So you can see how ASTM distillation test, it helps you know about the boiling range so as to know its certain qualities. For example, we saw in this 10% distillate cut example, that shows you the ignition quality. Okay, now next is aniline point. Now before continuing it, we must know that aniline, what is it? It is a aromatic component. Okay, amine group is present. So again, this shows the relation of temperature. Okay, this point is what? It is a temperature. It is defined as the minimum temperature in degrees Celsius at which equal volume of aniline and the fuel sample will dissolve homogeneously. That is called as aniline point. Okay, homogeneously means only one phase is there. It mixes homogeneously. You cannot differentiate the phases now. You cannot differentiate aniline and oil. They are mixed homogeneously. So it is defined as the minimum temperature at which equal volume. For example, if I am taking 10 ml of aniline and 10 ml of my fuel. So if I am mixing those 10 ml, the solution would be what? 20 ml. But my 20 ml is now a homogeneous mixture. And that minimum temperature at which I will get this homogeneity, okay, when I am heating my mixture, this 10 ml of aniline and 10 ml of fuel, when I am heating it, the minimum temperature at which I will get a homogeneous mixture, that is your aniline point. Now as aniline is an aromatic compound, right? So this temperature, this aniline point, it shows you the amount of aromatic present in your fuel. Okay, we have to establish that in any fuel, okay, for any ignition source fuel, we need to have aromatic compound as less as possible. Okay, even though it increases the octane number, but we cannot keep that in abundance because ultimately burning of aromatics, okay, presence of aromatics increases the smoke formation and we do not need smoke, right? So this is to know about the quality of your fuel. What is the composition of aromatic present? Hence, aniline point shows you the amount of aromatic present. Now, low aniline point means high aromatic content. Okay, this is easy to understand. Means at very small amount of heating. Okay, in very less amount of heating, in very small time, I am able to dissolve my aniline and fuel. It means aromatic content present is very large. Hence, at very small temperature, in very small rise of temperature, both my aniline and fuel sample are mixing together. So, what we need high aniline point. Low aromatic content means high aniline point. Okay, so high aromatic content, what does it lead to? High soot formation. So what we need low aromatic content. It means the desirable property here is high aniline point. Now the next is sulfur content, right? The method to know the sulfur content is bomb method. In bomb method, what you do, you are doing nothing but you're combusting, you're igniting your fuel. Okay, you are doing a combustion of your fuel in presence of oxygen under pressure, right? Now after combustion, okay, you're carrying out the controlled combustion. After combustion, you're doing a gravimetric analysis. Okay, you're carrying out the analysis of the final components present of the residue. Okay, so from that, like SOx and SOx gases evaluation can be done, SO2, SO3. Okay, so that gives you the idea about the amount of sulfur present. So as far as kerosene is concerned, the permissible limit of sulfur is 0.13%. This was about your kerosene, various tests involved. Okay, the test and properties. Okay, in exam they will generally ask about definition about aniline point, flash point, fire point, and also for a detailed test analysis, okay, about the description about a test, you can write about flash point, fire point, ASTM distillation, right? So what the purpose of this test was to know about the characteristics of your fuel. Okay, so that was for today's lecture. In next lecture we will continue with another fuel fraction. Thank you.